Hello and welcome to the Lee Michaels Show on thepowerofvoices.com. Hope all is well with you and yours. It's Thursday. What happened to the week? Man, this thing has been marching over. I'm just like, life is moving fast. What is going on? How you doing, Carol?
I'm fine. Am I on?
Yeah, you're on. You can't hear yourself?
I'm like him now where I just say anything. I'm good.
I
went
just say
to,
anything?
Sprouts before I came here because I've been eating out too much, and that's not good.
Well, you got to tell people what that is because, you know.
Oh, Sprouts is a grocery store that has mainly health food. But
yeah, it's good stuff.
I was, you're kind of in a hurry, and there's this woman. She puts her cart in line, but she's still shopping. So the guy ahead
That's
of
called
me
hogging.
put his stuff up. He said, "Put your stuff up there." He goes, she's shopping. She came back and seen my stuff on there, and she goes, And I thought,
well.
And then she went shopping some more. It's like, that is so, why aren't you taking your cart?
Yeah, that's hogging the line.
Well, I just think something like that is ridiculous.
It is. It's inconsiderate. That's unfortunate that people do stuff like that. I like the little Vons store over here in the neighborhood. It's not usually a long line for anything, and people are friendly, and, store's kept clean. But, some people are just, they're not considerate.
Well, I notice that a lot with Asians.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I've really noticed that with them.
That's interesting. You think it's a cultural thing?
Yeah, I do. Because my friend, he's Korean. He told me the women will fight in a minute in Korea. Because I seen something recently where this man was cheating. So the wife found out, and her and her friends got a hold of this girl. They had her in the street. They were ripping her clothes off of her. Nobody was helping her.
Wow.
Beating the crap out of her. But nobody helps.
Showdown in the streets.
And I always wonder that. Why do people not help? Because I've seen another with the guy dragging his girlfriend or a woman across the street by her hair, and everybody's just walking on by. I seen another one where a little kid was getting hit by a truck. So I asked Jim one day, the kid that lives with me, and he told me a lot of times in China, you don't go in and help. They'll turn around and
beat you
arrest
up,
you and that. No, they'll arrest you,
arrest you
for getting involved.
Really?
Yeah, he said it's very different there. That's probably why they're all coming here.
Trying to get away from that crazy, huh?
Well, he told me something's going on with the water. He said China is so corrupt, it's ridiculous. And he tells me all the time his dad's a communist, so he can't come here. He has big company, and then he has something with the government. I don't exactly know, but he tells me, but I'm not a communist, or my mom. He calls Republicans communists.
He's not too far from the truth.
He does. I'm serious. He says, like your Republicans.
Oh, boy. Yeah, the extremists. Well, that's interesting. Maybe we'll have him on the show one day and talk about the...
Well, I hope you can speak part Chinese.
Oh, he doesn't speak English very well?
I'm all wet.
What are you doing?
I got wet when that thing squirted on me. I feel like I wet my pants.
You guys I got to tell you what happened. What was that? What is that? A seltzer water or something?
Yeah, but I forgot, and somebody must have shook it in the store.
Shook it up.
I used to do that when I was a kid. I'd go and shake sodas, and
oh, you're bad.
So when they open them, it squirts. And not that I got to see it. So
you got satisfaction out of that, huh?
Because
payback. That's called payback.
Shoot up. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, she freaked out. She
well, it went all in my pants. I feel like I need a Depend or something.
So you can't see her because she won't let me put a camera on her, okay? But she's over there digging down in her crotch, and I'm going, what are you doing?
No, I was pulling it away because it's wet. It's wet.
You want to maybe take a break and run home and change your pants?
No, it's just water. It ain't wet. It'll dry. It's so hot in here, it'll dry.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you know what? On the next break, I'll go. Well, you know how to use turn the thermostat down? Turn it down to like 71, because it's probably at 73. And then you can get chilled. You might not want to do that with your wet pants.
Yeah, I might freeze. I can't wait for something to fall on him.
I'm never going to do what you did. That's not going to happen.
You know, I forgot. I forgot it was the seltzer water.
Oh, that's too funny. Okay, I won't laugh anymore.
Where's that thermostat?
It's in the big room over there.
The one with the stuff on the floor?
Stuff on the floor? No.
Across.
Yeah, in the big room in the back over there. Where all the chairs
big room.
are.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Okay. You come back now, here. Why are you walking like Annie Oakley? Oh, this is definitely made for TV. I don't know what it's going to take for me to get the camera on. I think I'm going to cheat here a little bit. When she walks in, you guys can see her. Where is it? Okay, there it is. So anyway, what's going on in the world? Cher Bono, recording artist, superstar. She went off on Donald Trump. She said basically he was a Nazi, and or referring or equating him to the old Nazi boys. She's probably not all wrong. He has those characteristics, and certainly in a negative attitude. I mean, woo. And then he wants us to accept his apology. No, thank you. Keep it. You have painted yourself into a corner. That's where you live now, brother. Donald Jackass Trump. J for jackass. Donald J. Trump. He is. He's a complete jackass. It's the way he's been acting, right? Anyway, where is it? Okay, here it is. Let me just talk a little bit about a book. It's called Air Check, Life in Music Radio. Here it is. By a dear friend and colleague, a guy that I respect to the utmost. J.J. Johnson is the author of this book. And he sent me this book. I received it in the mail yesterday. And he autographs it. It says, Lee, my version of the story. Enjoy, JJ. So I called him this morning and thanked him. The book came out as an ebook about a year or so ago, maybe a little more. And I purchased it then, but he sent me my own personal copy of the book. And I encourage, especially all of our radio buddies, you should have this in your library. Air Check, Life in Music Radio from J.J. Johnson. One of the finest radio guys I ever had the pleasure to work with. We worked together twice, once over at K-Day. No, actually twice at K-Day, because I left and came back. And then he reminded me in the book. He, in fact, made two mentionings of me in the book, and there's a picture of me in the book, along with the staff of K-Day back in 1977. Damn, that's a long time ago. We all were the MCs at a Parliament Funkadelic Mothership concert. To all the Funketeers out there. Now, is that some creative radio? All right, let me see if I can point to it backwards here. It's kind of hard to do. That's Spanky Lane, and next to him is Jack Patterson, and then me. We all have these outfits that we have on here.
You look like the Grown Five, the Rascals.
And then next to me is JJ. Let's see if I can get my finger over. That's JJ. And then next to JJ, the lady there, it's kind of hard to see. I apologize for this. But Jewel McGowan, and then Jim Maddox was the program director, the tall guy. And Jewel and Jim eventually got married, and they have about 400 kids. No, I'm kidding. But that was our team. That was our staff. Spanky Lane, Jack Patterson, Lee Michaels, J.J. Johnson, Jewel McGowan, and Jim Maddox. We had fun back in the day. So these outfits that we have on were actually used in a space movie. I don't remember which one it was, but the whole bubble thing that we had on, the plastic bubble head. We walked out there on stage, man, and the people went, "Damn, who are these guys?" So this was the mothership tour. So we had to be in costume. So we did it. That was the K-Day staff back in 1977. And he mentioned me a couple of times in the book. So JJ, I appreciate the kind words and your reference to me in your music radio life. And it's a pleasure to have been even 15 seconds associated or a part of your fantastic career. One of the greatest radio guys of all time, J.J. Johnson. So, hey, go online and buy the book. It's a great read. It's not a very large book, so it won't take you a long time. I'll tell you the total number of pages. 214. It's a very nice book, and every radio person should have this in your library. And if you're just a radio fan, there's a lot of interesting little stories that JJ talks about, and Barry White, Marvin Gaye, and many of the other who are now called old school artists. So he talks about his relationships, Little Anthony and Imperials, So, I mean, a great read, fun book. J.J. Johnson is the author of this book, great radio personality, still lives here in Los Angeles. Spoke to him this morning, and I'm trying to get him to come by the studio so we can do an interview. And, Air Check, Life in Music Radio. Thank you, JJ. Thank you. Love you, man. And go out and buy it. Do it today. So, Carol, what you got over there? You feeling better now? Is it cooling down a little bit?
Oh, yeah, fine.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Fine.
Okay. Hot pants. Smoking. She came in this morning, and I opened the door for her. So, bag lady. She had like 3 bags on her arm. What do you got in those bags?
I thought about that. I was getting out. I said, I look like a bag lady. I stopped at the grocery store, and the other one carries my iPad and cords. And
what's in the third one? Just 3 bags.
A protein container with some protein stuff, and then a Mediterranean one.
Okay.
And some cough drops and my water that went all over me. Look at EpiPens.
Oh, yeah.
She just offered a coupon to each person for $300 to cut the price.
Oh, that's
now,
still a hike.
Now, if you were only paying 13 something, or people on Medi-Cal were probably paying nothing, or maybe 13. That's not even where it should be, but she knows she's in trouble because this has gone before the Senate. They've taken petitions, and once a petition, I think, reaches 100,000.
Yes,
they have to look at it.
That's right.
They have no choice, and I don't think this just affects people without money. It affects anybody. I mean,
it affects anybody that needs this.
Yeah, because after a year or so, you have to throw that out and get a new one.
See, shelf life is only 12 months.
But they're afraid people will go ahead and use them.
Yeah. So here's the story. If you haven't been following this, what is it called? The EpiPen? EpiPen? EpiPen.
Yeah.
And what it is, you get 2 pens in a package, and they had been selling for about $100. Just in recent days, they've raised the price, but some places selling it for $500, others are $600.
They weren't even selling for $100.
It was under $100?
Yeah, some people were paying $30, $52
Well, see, that's crazy. So they've increased the rate to $500 to $600. The president of the company gave herself an $18 million. Was it a bonus or a raise?
She gave a bunch of people raises, but yes.
So now the public, rightfully so. I forgot to turn my phone off, folks. I apologize for that annoying ringing. So the public is upset. Why are we paying? Is it like you changed the formula? It's better now. You did more research and development. She didn't do anything.
They never did it. They called them the makers of it. They never did that. A man that worked for NASA
developed
created those.
Yeah.
And he didn't care about making a bunch of money. He did, I think they used it to help soldiers. And he did this out, and he's passed away. But his wife said he never got nothing, no royalties, nothing, because they went in and they trademarked it.
See?
If you design something and you don't put a patent pending on it or a trademark, you can forget it.
Right.
They can go in, and I don't know how they call themselves the makers, because they didn't come up with this.
No.
This man did, but there's a lot of stuff he's got to tell you, because there are a lot of words I can't really describe him like he can.
Well, see, here's a story. So as Carol indicated, they didn't really come up with the formula. They took it from someone else who did it out of the goodness of his heart. He wanted to help people. He wanted to make sure that when the space guys went up into space, that they needed it, they had it, and it was used for the military. And he didn't patent it. He didn't protect it. That wasn't his interest. He just wanted to do something good. So whoever this company is discovered this product, and they started manufacturing it. They took his formula, made it, put it in, patented it, so now they own it, and it's now available on the market. So they raised the price. Here's the thing. These pens are like little syringes. You take the top off and you stab yourself in the thigh, and it gives you a shock value to if you're allergic to nuts or these nuts or whatever. You may have any kind of allergic reaction. Well, this is a pen that's supposed to save your life. You may be your throat may be swelling, your breathing passages are closing up. This will save your life.
Well, people that made, like, I think 90-something thousand families, they don't charge them nothing. Their insurance or something covers it.
Well, yeah, good if you got insurance, but if you don't.
They haven't even had the company
But you know what?
long.
You know what? Even if you have insurance, that means the insurance company is going to have to pay more. They're not going to pay $500 or $600 for it, but the price will be increased because that's just the way it works.
No, you know what it really is about? Greed.
Oh, of course. But see, here's what if the federal government can put some pressure on them, here's what I would say to them. First of all, you need to lower the damn price back to a reasonable level of profit. And listen, I'm a capitalist. I believe that everyone should have the opportunity to make a lot of money. But when it comes to something to save someone's life, do you intentionally jack it up because they have no choice, they have no alternative, there's no other product on the market? See, that's a monopoly. That's sticking a gun to your head on your dying bed. So here's what I would do. If I was in charge and could mandate a change here, I would say, first of all, lower the price back to the original price. And you're not allowed to increase your price for a set period of time and at a reasonable increase, 10%, whatever. Then take a portion of your profit and give it to the wife of the guy who created this product, because if it was not for his genius, you wouldn't have it. So out of common respect and as a good gesture, as a good American, that's what you should do.
Well, you know, it's a life-saving drug.
It is.
Life-saving drugs should be given to people free if it can save their life. I mean,
well, see, now you sounding like Bernie.
Well, I feel it should be. People shouldn't have to.
Listen, you get no argument out of me.
If it could save somebody, what do we just let people die?
Well, see, we're all capitalists, and we want to capitalize on opportunities like that.
When medicine first came out, and doctors or whatever, they were angels of mercy.
That's true.
They didn't charge.
Those days are long gone.
They wanted to save people, and
yeah.
You still have a few doctors that feel like that, but the majority of them, no. They're mad because of the insurance thing now, and
it is
the Obamacare. And just it's sad to feel that people can't afford it now. But she is offering a $300 coupon.
So that knocks off $300. So if the price is $500, you're now paying $200, which is still
going to come up and change it, and they're going to knock them out. And
I hope so.
Well, Israel did something once, but they stopped them. I'm telling you, this company never designed this, never came up with it.
They stole it.
The man that created that, he never put a trademark or a patent pending on
Well,
it.
see,
And
that's unfortunate.
when you don't
he
do
didn't.
that,
Yeah, you open up the opportunity.
you left it open.
Yeah.
Because they didn't go into, I think, 2008. And this does save people.
Well, it's a shame, and I hope that they have to roll the price back even further. The $300 discount that's crazy, because I'm hearing reports that it's $500 or $600. So if you're going to a place where it's selling it for $600, $300 off, you're now paying $300 for something that you used to pay $100 or less
but
for.
The majority
That's
of people
still crazy.
anybody that made $90,000 under, to my understanding, didn't really have to pay anything.
Well, okay,
It's a drug that saves people.
Yeah.
And to me, I just watch the greedy get greedier and greedier. There's no stopping them. I mean, just everything you see going on in the world, they're just greedy. The rich, I mean, I watch singers, how greedy they've become. They'll do anything to keep a new artist from getting out there. They'll pay that top producer $1 million to the other. And sure, the producer's going to take that money.
Yep.
Everything you do. Look at Uber now. They're delivering groceries, messages. Yeah. So they're going to knock those people out. I mean, this is what greed is. And
I don't mind.
I'm not religious, but didn't Nostradamus predict this?
Yeah.
He said the greedy will get greedier.
I don't mind good competition. I'm a competitive person. But when you have a monopoly on something, whether it's a pen like this or any other drug or food product or service or whatever, in the broadcast business, I think that the way it's structured right now, it's unfair. It's unfair for the little guy. The big guys the only ones that can survive. If you're not a publicly traded company, you can't really compete in the broadcast business.
It's like Uber. They've basically put taxi cabs out, but the more I see things happening with Uber, I don't think I want to ride in one. I mean, Snapchatting while you're driving somebody?
No, that's unacceptable.
Anybody can drive an Uber, so you don't know whose car you're getting in. I have friends that are driving and friends that I wouldn't drive with. I feel safer with a taxi cab driver.
Well, I don't know about that one. I mean, I've had some bad taxi rides, and I don't know that they're not any more qualified. In fact, I know some taxi drivers are now doing Uber.
Well, they are, but I know the ones that own the company, they have to be bonded.
Yeah.
That was. Well, I think Uber drivers need to be bonded too.
Well, that's from a liability protection standpoint, and I'm not sure what the requirements are as the owner of the car in terms of insurance. I would think that they would have to meet a certain level. I have to call my son and ask him because he drive.
Well, how do they insure rape? They've had Uber drivers that have raped a few women.
That's a personal liability.
So how do they insure that?
I don't know. I don't know that you can. But how do you know that you're not going to get raped by a taxi driver? I mean, bad people are bad people. So
True.
You're taking a chance one way or the other. And so is the driver. You don't know who you're picking up. Whether you're a taxi driver, I mean, we've had taxi drivers that have been murdered, beat up and robbed. So it's a chance. You don't have that plastic wall in between you and the guy in the back seat in your personal car either. But so far, so good. I have not heard of any tragedies, but it's going to happen. You know that. It's unfortunate because humans are basically
it has
horrible
happened.
people.
There was one driver that was drunk, stopped the car and told the guy, the passenger, "Could you drive?"
Oh, damn.
There's been rape in them.
Really? I've missed those stories.
Yeah, pull it up.
Yeah, I've missed those.
I just, I don't know anymore. I don't know what's going on in this world.
Yeah, it can be doom and gloom, but we are humans and we can do better. I'm still optimistic.
When you start taking life-saving drug that is nothing but a little pin, and you're going to charge people that kind of money, so what is this? Just another thing the rich can afford?
Yeah.
But I don't think the rich are going to want to pay that either.
I think that there are a number of rich people that would be upset about this.
Yeah, Republicans.
Well, see now, there are a lot of poor Republicans, a lot. And I don't know why they support the Republican Party because your Republican members don't do anything for you. Look at Mitch McConnell. What has he done for the people in the state of Kentucky? There's a lot of poor people that used to be miners and hard, manual labor people. What has he done for you, Kentucky? Nothing. Just like he's done as a senator. He's done nothing. He doesn't vote. He does everything he can to stand in the way of our president. He needs to be fired. Don't vote him back in. That's what I suggest. Get somebody in there that thinks like you. See, and I don't understand. See, racism is so powerful, man. I remember seeing reports when President Barack Obama was running first time and the second time, and you see interviews of people in Kentucky and West Virginia and Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, and they ask, well, we understand you're not going to vote for President Obama. Why not? Because he's black, because he's Muslim, because he's this, he's that, and I can't vote for no black man. Well, see, you vote for these white guys, and what have they done for you? You're standing in front of your house being interviewed. It looks like one of those shotgun houses, shooting the front and straight out the back, and a blue tarp on the roof because your roof is leaking, and you're going to stand there and continue to vote for a Mitch McConnell? You're poor. You don't have a job. You need dental care. Your house is falling apart, and you continue to bring back into office a guy who doesn't have your best interests at heart. Well, I don't understand that.
That's because some people just follow whatever's out there. I mean, I have friends that are voting for Trump, and I go, well, do you know what have you paid attention to him? No, but I don't want Hillary in. Well, why don't you want Hillary in? Well, and they'll bring up the emails and and it's like, why don't you go in and read the whole story? And then why don't you pay attention to Trump and listen to the stuff? I mean, I have friends that are Hispanic and black, and it's like, you're the people he don't want here.
It's true.
Now he's trying to get the black vote. He's like,
it ain't gonna
vote
happen
for him, please.
The latest polls that I've seen, Hillary has 91% of the black vote. He has 1%. So Charles Butler, Spy Boy, where are you, man? We're worried about you. We haven't heard from you in weeks. Are you okay?
No, he was
Check
sick
in
that one day.
Yeah, I know. I'm concerned about Spy Boy. He's off the chain, but he's still a human being, and I care about all humans, even if you're nuts, Donald. But, if a news report came across right now that Donald Trump was really ill, I would feel, compassion for him. I would.
Well, do you want me to say that, too? Because I wouldn't.
I was hoping you wouldn't weigh in on that, but okay.
I would feel no compassion because he don't feel compassion for anybody.
See, I'm not optimistic person.
He started a lot of racial stuff that's going on now. He opened up a can of worms that was closed years and years ago. I mean, it's getting worse and worse. I mean, this Planned Parenthood, they don't want to support that. Now they don't want those organizations to be able to support cancer screening. It's getting worse and worse.
It is. It's sad. But I'm optimistic that we can bring about this change and convince people to look at things differently. And if we give up that possibility, then we're done. I mean, you gotta keep hope. As Reverend Jesse Jackson would say, keep hope alive. I mean, that's a true statement. I believe that we need to keep hope alive. We need to support hope. We can't turn our back to hope. We can't. It just doesn't make sense. If you're ready to throw in the towel, just go dig a hole in the backyard and jump in. But I'm not ready to do that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not ready to do that because I believe that the majority of the people in the world want things to be better. We are in pretty good shape right now. The economy is getting better and better every day. Stock market is breaking records. New buildings are going up. New housing is growing. The interest rates are low. Unemployment is low.
Don't
there's
put your
hope.
money in the bank because you're not making no interest on it.
Well, that's true. But what that means is you need to be a smart investor and diverse your money into other things
Can
other than
can you imagine? Do a research
putting it in the
because I'm
bank.
not sure, but I'll put money. The stock market on that pin went down. I'll put
Oh,
money.
no
Investors hurried up and sold and got out.
Oh, yeah. It might have had a spike, and then I'm sure it went backwards.
You want to hear
Is
something?
it a publicly traded company?
I don't know.
Yeah. Let me look that up.
That kid, the guy Usain Bolt, I didn't know they make that much money in the Olympics. He made $20 million, and he donated every cent of it to his childhood school in Africa or wherever, Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Yeah.
It must be through endorsements because I don't think you get paid from the Olympic Committee.
Yeah, they said he donated all his $20 million
Wow.
to his former school.
Wow. That's incredible. I don't particularly care for him, but, it
I
warms
love
my
him.
heart that
I don't think it was cool with that girl that had him in bed. She said she
Had him
did,
in
but what was she taking pictures while he's snuggling on her? She's doing selfies and he's like, but she said she didn't do it for attention.
Of course
She
not.
sent it to her friends. And it's like, oh,
That's
come on.
bullshit.
But like his girlfriend said, he does this stuff. She doesn't care.
Mm.
She'll get into it with him. And his sister said that. His girlfriend is beautiful.
Really?
Beautiful.
I'm looking up this Epic Pen company here. Epi. Ah, boy. Yeah, I mean, listen, I respect the fact that the guy is the fastest man in the world and all that, but there's something about him I don't particularly care for. He's a little arrogant. But maybe I'll get over it. Because I didn't like Muhammad Ali or Cassius Clay at that time. I didn't like him in the beginning, but he kind of grew on me. After he whipped everybody's ass in the world, I had no choice but to say, okay, you dumb man. But, the guy's incredibly talented. He's the fastest man in the world and all of that. I was hoping that the American guy would have come back because he's, in his 30s. And he had had a rough spot in his life. See, I'm an underdog guy. I'm an underdog guy. I like the underdog. Underdog. What made me do that? I'm looking to see if there's oh, you know what? Just go. Duh. EpiPen. EpiPen Jr. I don't know. I'm trying to see. Usually you go to their website and they'll have an investment page.
Just
I don't see
type
that.
in stock market, EpiPen.
Yeah. I got to do it the hard way. Media room. Okay.
Well, the 101 freeway, I don't know if it's still at standstill. We have a jumper.
Oh, boy.
Is that how they would say it on news? We have a jumper.
Usually the news doesn't like to cover jumpers.
He's threatening to jump over and over past near Sunset. I hope he didn't. But that might be over now.
I hope not.
No, I
when
hope
you get to
he
that
didn't
point,
jump.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I hope he didn't either.
Well, life can be so depressing right now, the way all the things that are happening. I see myself sometimes. I go home and it's it's depressing.
It is. It's a shame that mental health in our country, especially, is not high on the totem pole to treat more people. And I always suggest that family members keep an eye on your loved ones. And when you see them going, on that slippery slope, catch them before they get too far out there and get them some help. And I know that's a tough one, too, because typically people who need help may be in denial. They may not want your help. But they are not in a mental capacity to make that determination, really. But then we run up against the legal part that if they're grown and deemed with some level of sound mind, you may not be able to force them to do the right thing. But if you can prove that they're not of sound mind, then you can. So I think we, family members, loved ones, real friends, have to pay attention to that. Now, is the company name Mylan, Mylan?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a publicly traded company, and stock prices are actually up right now. They have been on a rise. 2011, 2012, up again, 2013, 2014.
Yeah, but what's happening right now? Did people drop
2015.
out real fast?
No, it didn't. Not yet.
I find that surprising.
August 24th, it's at $43.15 right now, at a volume of 17,930,476. It's a pretty good volume. Yesterday, it was it is down a little bit from yesterday. Yesterday was $45.62. Today is $43.16.
Type and see if any of the people that invested or in it dropped out.
If they dropped out, it might be too early to
anything's
see that, yeah. It has been dropping over the past few days. On the 22nd,
Well, I would think it would.
3 days ago now, it was at $47. Yesterday, $45. Today is $43. So, yeah, it looks like it's feeling the pressure. And that's probably where they came out with the $300 coupon discount. But that's not adequate. That's not enough. Back in May, it was down as low as $38, and it did go up. Went down a little bit, and so it's been on a rise since mid-June. And it's been peaking up as high as it looks like almost $49.
I just love this video where I think I showed it to you with the little seal.
Oh, yeah, they jumped up
orcas.
on the boat running
But
away
I
from
have a big picture of him. You see his little face?
Yeah.
But those big old things aren't giving up. But he fell in a few times when he was on that. But
He
he
did,
swam
okay.
away at the end.
Oh, good for him.
But it's just so
They probably
cute. His
caught him
little
later.
eyes. He was so scared. But
Yeah.
you realize that they're pretty smart.
Damn
that he's
right.
seen that boat and
He
he
jumped
jumped
up
up
on
on that to get away from those
Yeah.
jerks.
Yeah, that's smart of him.
Because they would have played with him.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have ate him at first. They would have flipped him up in the air and that. I'd seen something else and I thought it was real, but my sister said it isn't real. It was a zookeeper. They caught him having sex with a baby alligator. I believe this now. So they a big alligator came up behind it and chewed him up. Then they show them cutting open the stomach and a hand. I put that on my Facebook, and my
You're
sister
silly.
sends you a message. And everybody was coming in and say this is really sick, but it is true that you have people. I know in Montana there used to be a guy, they called him Tex, and he used to do it to chickens. Tex the chicken. I can't say the word they use, but yes, there's people that do it to a cow now. I think in Montana it's a law. You can if you get caught touching a sheep,
Yeah, I
you're
think
going
that's
to
pretty
jail
much everywhere.
because they have the same thing a woman has.
Yeah, they said the vagina is pretty close to a
So,
female.
so I did believe it because people do that stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
if you
some
ever get
sick
a
farm
chicken in,
boys.
he's got this big hole. You better wonder.
So you walk
But I'm
past a
not
chicken.
lying. There was a guy that called Tex the
I
chicken.
believe it. I believe there's some sick ass country boys out there. You walk by a chicken and the chicken says, "Hey, what's up, dog?"
You probably don't see that as much now, though, because
Yeah.
sex is more open.
You think so?
Yeah, but then I see more rapers out there now than before, rapist people.
I think they've been out there all along. We didn't know about them.
I see some sick
technology.
stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I seen that one. I think he was in a Latin country and he raped a baby and killed her. Well, they got him in prison. 25 men.
Good.
But then he was in terrible shape. He healed a little. They got him again.
Oh.
You don't go to prison and be a pedophile.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you that one.
There's
or
some
even
sick
be
people
somebody
in this
that's
world.
killed their wife.
Yeah.
So I believed it when I seen it. I thought, why would somebody want to do it to an alligator?
A dumbass.
So the poor guy that they put his picture up there, I feel sorry for him because they have added a picture to it.
You don't think he was in on it?
I don't know. A lot of people thought it was real.
Yeah.
I did.
I don't know about you, Carol.
My sister sent me a message that it's not real, Carol.
Yeah. I'd like to see some dummy trying to have sex with an alligator.
Well, you know what made it even more gross was they cut the alligator open and the arms sticking out.
Now, that might be true.
I have to let everybody know that came in now that I found out it wasn't true.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, whatever his name was, if he had sex with an alligator, after the fact, they call him Shorty now. You get it? Did that go over your head?
Shorty.
If you try to have sex with an alligator, your new name is Shorty because you don't have what you used to have trying to have sex with an alligator.
On this, the big one came up behind him, they say.
Yeah, I'm sure. That was it. That movie was over. What am I doing? You had me looking for something. I forgot what I was looking for. Okay, I know what it was now.
Did you hear Trump said he's going to get 95% of the black votes? They just don't, they move real slow.
Ain't that
He thinks you can insult people and then they're going to like him. If that's real now, Tammy will be able to tell me.
Here we go. I'm going to put it on a line. I will put $100 on the line betting that Donald Trump will not get more than 5% of the African American vote. Anybody want to take my money? I'll take all takers. $100.
What's the percentage again?
5%. He's not going to get 5, not more than 5. He might get 5, but he's not going to get 6 or 7 or 8 or 10%. Ain't going to happen. Not going to happen.
What did Obama get?
85, 95% of the vote, black vote.
Well, they say so far it's all the people that it's still leading that away.
Well, of course. I mean, polls now showing 91% for Hillary and 1% for Donald Trump, African-American votes.
I wonder if I should take that gamble.
Do you want to take my money? Come on with it. Come on, put your money where your mouth is. How much you think he's going to get?
I'm just thinking about what you're saying.
Yeah. $100.
I'm going to let you know tomorrow.
Okay.
I might take you up on that.
All right. You think he's going to get more than 5%?
Well, if he gets 5.5, I've won the 100.
Well, no, they don't do 5.5.
You didn't say that.
6.
Now you said 5%.
I said he won't get. But
you didn't say 5 or 6.
I said he won't get more than 5%. Meaning, if he gets 6%,
you lost.
Right, I lose. You're right.
But why can't it be a half?
Well, I'm trying to keep it simple. If they get 5.5, that's more than 5. Yeah, I lose. I'm good with that. So bring your money. Come on, all you radical Republicans. I'm going to take your money right now. I'm publicly telling you, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Take my money. Not going to happen. I'm looking on Facebook. I don't see any takers yet. Hey, Johnny Lewis. John W. Lewis. What's up, buddy? I don't see no takers yet. See? Our listeners are smart.
Well, aren't most of your friends, though, Republicans that live down south?
No, hell no.
Oh, I thought they were.
I got a few Republican friends. Just a few. Most of my friends are smart. They know better. No, but I do have some Republican friends. I might have a couple of closet Republican friends. I don't know. The ones that I know of are sick, twisted, and demented. Charles Butler type. But he's cool. He's a friend. He's a good guy. His politics is upside down. Tammy, nice person. Politics upside down. That's all. But, I'll call them friends. I know some people just won't have a friendship with people that don't completely think like them. But I enjoy having that debate and that argument with them sometimes. It gets a little over the top. I'll hang up on them. I've done that to Charles. I said, man, you're out of your damn mind. Goodbye. And he'll call me back. See, you don't understand. You one of those Negroes. I know I got him when he goes there. He calls me a Negro. I got him in the corner then. He's been knocked out and don't know it. Oh, boy. But anyway, that's the way some people are. That's all. If you're just joining the show, it is called The Lee Michaels Show on thepowerofvoices.com with my kick in the side, Carol over here with wet pants. She wet on herself today.
Well, I'm looking at this model. She's 80-something years old. She's amazing.
Really?
Yeah, she said that women should not feel as you get older that you can't do things. You should accept your age. And
I agree.
she's beautiful.
And she's 80 what?
85 years old.
85. Alive and 85.
You know, older models like Naomi Campbell and them, not that she's old, they don't have models like that now. Mm-hmm. To watch her walk a ramp, it just blows your mind. And Cindy Crawford, I seen her on Lip Sync where she did something just total different than the Christine girl that's on the show that's married to John Legend. Mm-hmm. She looked like nothing next to her. Mm. And I think Cindy Crawford must be, in her 50s?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So it's a trip.
It is. You know, there were, as with anything, there are different levels of quality in people, in products and services, professions, all of that. Different levels of quality of people. So you have a Cindy Crawford type.
Look at her.
Is that Crawford or the 85-year-old?
That's the 85-year-old woman still walking the ramp. She's elegant.
Damn. She looks great. 85 years old. She's had a lot of cosmetic stuff done, but.
Well, so have those young ones.
Yeah.
I mean,
she looks fantastic.
Look at Kylie Jenner and her family.
Wow. She does look good. Go on, mama. So walking with the, wow. Now see, if I saw her walking down the street, I would not say, wow, that woman is 85 years old. I would say she might be 60-ish, maybe.
Look at the
she looks great.
Black woman. I think she's 90, and she's a bodybuilder. She has the body of a 18-year-old girl. I mean, that's not saying she didn't do something too, because all races do a little surgery now if you can. But let me see if I can find her.
I have a lot of male friends that don't like female bodybuilders. I find them attractive. I think
she doesn't
look,
look like those ones that are steroid out. Yeah. She just got a nice body.
She's how old?
I think she's 90. I'll look her up and find her for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to get older and have cellulites and all that.
Right.
Because I know I don't. But I walk a lot.
That helps you keep things moving and grooving. But I can't get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, Carol. I mean,
I don't get out usually till 7:30.
That's still too early. I'm in my good REM sleep at that time. I'm coming out at that point. But you know, here in the last month or so, I've been waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Call me.
No, I don't want to talk to nobody.
You'll walk.
No. And I just sit there and I'll pull up my iPad and I'll read the news. So I kind of do my show prep around that time. And then I'll do that for an hour, hour and a half, and I'll fall back to sleep for another hour. But I didn't wake up at 5 today, so I'm feeling pretty good. And I went to bed before, I don't know what time it was. I think it was before 10.
Did you go to sleep at 10?
Yeah. Usually I don't go to sleep until after midnight. So maybe it's just part of
I go to sleep and then I
aging.
wake back up. Now, there's another lady, too. Her name's Batty Winky. That's her name on her winkle. My son shot her a couple of years ago, and they had billboards with her and that. She's become pretty famous. You know, people love her. The young people do. I've noticed she's doing quite a bit of surgery, but hey,
She's a model?
she's I would say more of a personality. They use her for modeling. They use her for clothes people. That's what he shot her for, was a clothing line, because
This is
all
the lady
women
in
wear
green?
clothes. Yes. Now, she didn't look like that before. I'll take you and show you when my son shot her, but she was popular then. And her followers are all young people, not older people, young people. I got to hand it to her.
Yeah. She's got some fat legs with the little tennis shoes on there.
You got to say big legs.
Oh, okay.
Not all women have thin legs.
Well, I'm not, saying that as, but she's got some
I
nice
used to
little.
want big legs
I'll
so
say
bad. I'd
her
wear two
legs are
pairs of
thick.
pants.
I'll say they're thick. How's that? That's the term that's, I guess, used more widely than fat legs.
I'm going to show you what she looked like before.
See, when I was growing up, we used to say, "Oh, that girl is fat," but we weren't saying that she was obese or look bad. She was fat.
Hey, I remember when men used to beg you to grow your hair on your legs and wear stockings.
Yeah.
And I don't get hair on my legs. I probably get 8 strands and shave every 6 months.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that. That was quite popular back in the 60s and 70s. Maybe
Very
sometime in the 80s.
popular.
Yeah.
I don't think men like women to have a little beard, though. I've seen people,
No,
I
I'm
have friends where they have a hair on their chin, and I go, why don't you pluck that?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
that's a little-
I don't want to take it off. I go, well, that would be a turnoff to me with a man.
Yeah, me too.
To see a woman, she's got a couple of hairs hanging from the chin.
Yeah, I'd cut them off in her sleep. Snip, snip. So what happened to my beard? I don't know.
Well, actually,
Look
she
at me.
wasn't all that bad when he shot her, but I'm sure he did some photoshopping.
Let me see.
That was for a clothing line, and they used her for their billboard going into Coachella.
Wow.
So it just shows you any age can look good.
Yeah.
Because I have people, when I said I like Guns N' Roses, oh, you don't know nothing about them. Why would I not know about them? So you got to hand it to these women. I see a woman yesterday at the beach fast walking. I know she had to be about 80-something.
Really?
But she probably had one of the best bodies around. But I could just tell by her, because I took a lot of drawing classes and sculpt when I started to do makeup, because I wanted to do special effects. And I would say she was about 85.
Wow, God bless her.
But you had to see her.
Okay, I got a question for you, Carol.
Uh-huh.
Was Superman there today?
No, I looked for him. I was a little depressed.
Yesterday, folks, if you missed the show yesterday, Carol found the perfect man on the beach yesterday. Would you say he was perfect?
Oh, definitely.
Head to toe.
And I'm a very big critic. Everything looked perfect.
Took your breath away.
He did. He probably took anybody's breath away, including men that seen him walking. Running. He was running.
I don't care how good he looks. He ain't taking my breath away.
He looked
I'll
good,
take
but
his
he
sister.
wasn't there today.
I'm sorry for you that you didn't get that joy again. Next time you see him, I'm telling you what to do. Just throw yourself in front of him, fall down, and then see if he's
when
a
they're
great
like
guy.
that and they're into their running,
They're not going to
they
stop
don't look
him.
at anything.
No, well, he ain't a great guy then. He's supposed to stop and save the damsel in distress. That's what he's supposed to do. If he's a real man, that's what he would do. He would have this expression on his face of compassion and concern for the damsel in distress. And then you could win his heart.
You know, I don't really like younger guys. It's like going to a candy store. I might like a certain chocolate, but I probably won't get a box of it because
It's too much.
it's too much. So
Yeah.
it'd be the same thing with that. I'm definitely not a cougar. Angela Bassett has an amazing body.
Yes, she does.
And I think
She's
she's
a
what,
hottie.
about 60?
I would think so, yeah.
Amazing body, great
Yeah.
arms. My friend
Supergirl.
Renee, I took a picture of her and great body.
Mm.
Christine Brinkley,
Yep.
she's got to be what, over 60?
Yeah, I would think she's hitting that age.
Let me see if I could find that. Yeah, I laugh when people think that you're dead when you're a certain age. And I tell people, because people go, why do you get up and go out and walk every day? And I go, I don't just do that. I lift weights in my house too. But I tell them because when I walk, I think of a lot of things. I might leave with my head just clouded because I, like I said, and I think a lot of women, when you get over 50, you go through some depression.
Well, all you have to do is pick up those 15-pound cats you got.
No, actually, I use their litter box. When I mean their litter. When I first buy a container, I use that as weights,
That's good.
and it really works.
Sure it does.
She'll probably kill me for this, but
How much can you bench press?
I don't do a lot of heavy weights any longer. I probably that container, if it says 30, 40 pounds, that's what I'm using.
Okay.
And I do one arm at a time. But I used to squat with almost 200 pounds when I did lift weights, but I can't do that now. I have some injuries.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I was talking to somebody the other night that did a lot of sports and that. People that have did a lot of sports or dance, you're going to pay later in life.
Yeah.
Terrible to say.
Yeah, you wear out your cartilage and your joints.
Okay, look at her body. And I can guarantee you, I took this picture. That is not photoshopped.
Yeah, she's in good shape.
Yeah, look at her arms and that.
Mm-hmm.
Her legs were great.
Yeah, it's a good-looking lady. Now, how long ago was that?
I just took it
Oh,
about
okay.
a month ago.
Okay. Yeah, she's sporty.
So I try to tell people, don't sit and think because somebody's older and you're making fun of that person.
She over 60?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she looks good.
Well, it just shows you. If people get out and you don't be so lazy about it and say,
Yeah.
oh, I'm going to sleep in today. I get people to walk with me and they might last a week and then they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And then I get people, they're not walkers all the time, but they want to go out and just go real fast and make it a race. That's probably why I walk alone, because I walk what speed I want. There's days I might want to walk really fast and do a mile every 10 minutes.
Okay.
And there's days I might take up my time and do a mile in 30 minutes.
Yeah,
So,
you strolling. You're not walking. You just kind of like.
enjoying
Now, let me
it.
ask you a question. Now, when you walk, do you have that little sexy wiggle going on, or?
I've been practicing that. Did I tell you that? Is that why
Yeah.
you said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been practicing
Yeah.
at home because I realized when I broke up with my ex, all of a sudden, I noticed I wasn't doing the walk anymore. And I know it's important for us women
A little
to
wiggle, huh?
continue to do that walk.
What does that walk look like? What describe that for
Well,
me.
it's when you stand up straight and make sure the boobs are up and you're just walking and you make sure you're moving right. It's just like a man. When a man used to go out,
Yeah.
he would pump some iron to make sure everything was,
Tight.
tight and back in place.
Yeah.
So men are guilty of the same thing. They forget to walk and suck the stomach in, or
See, now, like President Obama has a nice little, got a nice little walk, a little stroll. It's not
he probably
stiff,
he probably works out, and he's a pretty good looking man now.
Yeah.
But she's a good looking woman.
Yeah.
You know,
They're
to
a good
keep
couple.
her, he's got to work out,
Yeah.
and she's got to. I mean, When she first came in office, I don't think she was in shape like she is now. If you look back at
Yeah.
pictures, but
Yeah, people complain about her arms.
oh, her
That's
arms
jealousy.
are beautiful.
Yeah, she's in good shape.
But she put them in shape. Anybody can do that if you take the time. I mean, I have friends that do aerobics in the swimming pool, and
That's what I'm going to start doing. I want to start swimming because swimming, you use practically every muscle in your body. And it's not, the same as running or jogging and or even walking. It's less stress on your joints. And I think you get more out of it. So I'm going
I
to
should
find
show
a place to
people
go
the
to
picture of
swim.
my daughter before she's having surgery, and this is the attitude everybody should have.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I told you she was being funny, and
Yeah, yeah.
most people you're just petrified. Not that she wasn't scared, but she made some fun out of it. I even watched how, when the doctor said certain things to her, how she would make up a joke or something. And
Mm-hmm.
I think we all need to try to be like that.
I think that makes your life a lot happier. And,
I mean, when
you
I
have to
showed
have a good
Lee,
sense
Lee
of
was
humor.
like, "Oh, geez."
Yeah, it was funny. What it is what she did was, I don't know what you call it, but there's a app you can put on your phone, and you can distort the picture or the video. You want me to show it?
Yeah, you could start it from the beginning. Now she's very pretty. And I think more of us should have this attitude. I put weird pictures up. I did one once where it was so ugly, I morphed it in that and then put my picture for now. And people go, doesn't that bother you? I go, why should it bother me? Okay, watch her now as she goes into her act. You got to push the arrow.
Yeah, I got to get it lined up first. This is kind of crazy because it's backwards.
I've seen her do things where, if I could find it, it would have you in hysterics. Okay, this is her look before surgery.
Let me run it again.
Yeah, she has a great sense of humor. Yeah, my things, but
She's like her mom.
and she didn't have a problem putting that all over her social media.
Yeah, yeah.
See, you got to be a person that you got to be content who you are. I think the only time I get upset with myself is when people constantly insult me. And then I start to think about things my mother used to tell me, and she said, when somebody quits insulting you, that's when you better worry, being a woman.
That's interesting.
She said, when they quit talking about you, then you
Well,
better
yeah, I've
ask
heard that one,
yourself, there's something not right now. You got to go in and redo yourself or
Crank it
something.
up, huh?
Yeah.
Make them talk about you more.
And it makes sense about
Yeah.
what she said because it is the truth.
That is true.
Because think about it. When people don't get jealous or say something mean, then they don't feel you're any competition to them or anything to worry about.
Exactly.
Here's one. And most people wouldn't do this. I tell people this was my before the surgery and the after. I mean, I had my one kid said, "Mom, why would you put that up?" I said, "Why? It's my before picture." So I try to have fun with my life. And
Well, I tell you what. If you look like that before and then look at the after, the doctor is a miracle worker. Okay, he's got to be filthy rich. Yeah, that's funny. But see, you gotta have fun and make fun of yourself, because if you can't laugh at yourself, you're a pretty sad individual.
Oh, I did it one day, and me and my sister were fighting, and she came back. She said, "Why are you acting like you're 10 years old?" But I've become a person where I don't have a lot of friends, so I go out to places by myself. I used to always do that. I would go out by myself, and I would say when people come up to talk to me and say, "Are you here alone?" I go, "Oh, I'm waiting on my friends. They just haven't showed yet." But I really was alone.
Right?
I bet a lot of people have done that. Women.
Yeah, I just got this message from my phone provider. It says, hop on, protect your device and ride easy. This is from Verizon. But I'm trying to understand. Okay, replacement soon.
They
Next
must
day.
have a new app or something.
Yeah. TMP is available for $11 a month. Most
Aha.
right. Most smartphones, and $9 a month for tablets. It's a protection plan. But I thought I already had that.
Oh, you better make sure. I know I have insurance on mine.
Yeah. I'm sure I have it. I see it on my bill every month. What are you, increasing it? You're giving me better
Are you with
coverage?
Verizon?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm stuck in a contract.
that's great about that woman, the older woman. She was 80 years old.
Uh-huh.
And she's has lived on the streets because she was trying to tell Social Security you owe her money. And she had all her papers with her. Well, they finally listened to her, and they did. They owed her $99,999,
God bless
which
her.
they deposited in her bank account. She refused to give up.
Good for her.
That's why I tell people, if you go to apply for Social Security and you're disabled or something, they're not going to accept you the first time. You got to go back in the second time, and they will. And remember, if it takes 2 years, they have to pay you back all the way back from when you started trying to get that from them.
That is right. Good for her. And she was homeless.
Yes.
God bless her.
But she kept her papers
$90,000
with her.
Now I hope she can take that money and better her life, get her a place, and get off the streets, the most important thing. I had a dream last night, and I don't normally remember my dreams, but I dreamed I came into a large sum of money, and I was able to fulfill one of my dreams and passions of helping the homeless, getting people off the streets. So I'm hoping and praying that that dream will come true.
Well, when you get that, would you please pay my house off first?
You ain't homeless.
But pay my house off.
To keep you from being homeless,
yeah,
right?
Before you give it away. Pay my house off and get me a new car and put some money in my account.
And then what?
That's it. Move on.
Okay. Get the hell out of your face, right? You know what, Carol? I would probably do that to help you out. I would. Because I'm that type of person. You know, I say it all the time. If I won the lotto, it's big money, I would take care of my family members, of course. Put some money into savings accounts or some type of an endowment or whatever for my grandchildren and my children. And I might even take care of the 26 ex-wives. Was it 26 or 37?
I thought it was 27.
27? Okay, whatever it is. And I would hook them up. Because if it was not for them, I wouldn't be where I am. So I'm that kind of guy. But anyway, that's and then the next day I would probably be broke again. Because I like helping people. You know? And my friends tell me all the time, Lee, you know, you give away too much information, man. You should be charging people for all the knowledge you have and you give to people freely and stuff like that. I said, well, you know, look, somebody helped me along the way, and if I can't do the same, then shame on me. And I made a commitment and a promise to a man who was very inspirational to me in my humble beginnings in getting into this business. And there have been several of those guys, but one in particular, Scotty Andrews. Another guy that gave me a big shot was Paul Todd. That was his radio name. His real name is Paul Lucci. These are people that will forever be meaningful to me in my life, in my heart, because they reached out and gave me an opportunity. And they could have done that for anybody, but they gave me a shot. So I'm very humble and appreciative of that. And I've tried to do the same thing with other people. So, you know, that's who I am. So, yeah, I'd probably, if I won $50 million or $500 million after tax, if I had $500 million right now, cash.
I guess I'd end up with about 10 and my house paid off and a brand new car.
See all my friends like that. I would have that 500 million very
I mean, that 10 million's not going to even put a dent in that.
Yeah, I wouldn't even miss it, would I?
Yeah, so
You see, if I put that money
put that
into
in writing because then I can use it on you if you win.
if you do what?
If you win.
What are you going to do?
And you try to say
Oh.
you didn't say that, I could
Oh,
come
okay.
back.
Well,
Well,
it's-
you haven't seen people
My
do
my
that.
word is my bond, and this is being heard around the world. So if I say yes, I'll give you the $10 million. You might as well just go to your bank and look at that money come in. I mean, for real. That's how I roll. Ask anybody. If Lee says it's going to go down, it's going down. So
I turned that air down, but it don't seem to be coming in here.
because it's cooler outside than it is in here. You know, open the door up. That'll
Nobody's
get a little-
going to shut it on us.
No, there's nobody here today. Not
Brian
yet.
is. Someone's back there.
No, that's over in the other department. She's out there in the hall about to faint. Put the camera on her when she comes back in. Mm-hmm. It feels better out there?
No, maybe I turned it the other way.
Well, make sure it says 71. Carol's a trip. But yeah, I mean, what would you do if you won $500 million in the Powerball or any of them? What would you do with that money? Would you just go into the witness protection program, change your name, your social security number, and go into a secluded place and never be seen again? Quit your job? Divorce your wife? Divorce your husband? Not a time to get a divorce, especially if you live in a state that's one of those 50-50 states. What's mine is yours.
Yes, she ain't going to mind because she's going to go out and get a newer model.
Damn. Take your money and go get a new model. That's the way it works.
But I know couples that went. I
Yeah.
know people that are really in love with each other.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's a nice thing, huh?
It really is.
Yeah. It is. That's the ultimate high. Has the world come to an end yet? I don't think so. So we're still here. So I guess the world is still turning. Check the headline news here. See what's going on in the world on the outside as we're on the inside looking out.
Well, that one woman, she's making news everywhere.
Which woman is that?
The Wanda that was living on the streets.
Oh, good for her. President candidate Donald Trump is speaking in Manchester, New Hampshire, being introduced by Milquetoast Ben Carson. Is that guy boring or what?
I don't know. I wouldn't want him.
He is boring.
Now, did you see where Prince's house is going to be? Paisley Park is going to be like a museum.
Yeah, it would have to be.
I don't know why they didn't do that with Michael's. It would have
Yeah.
been a great place, especially if they kept the animals and the rides. And
Yeah. Probably would be very costly. And what would it have to?
well, the insurance would be high.
Yeah. Maybe they did look at that and saw that as being not
What
a good
is this?
idea.
They say breaking news. Chaos breaks out after Donald Trump was left off a ballot in crucial states.
Really?
Yeah, but
Did they
is
say
it
what
real?
states?
I'm going to go in now. Not on the Minnesota state ballot.
Interesting. How is that possible? I mean, that says something's bad about the Republican Party that their candidate is not on a state ballot. That's crazy. I don't know that I've ever heard of that in my life.
Well, I don't think they want him to win. People are too scared what he'll do to this country.
You think the Republican Party doesn't want him to win?
No. I'm a lot too many of them pulled away from him.
Yeah, that's a point.
Somebody goes, leave him off of all the state ballots. Good, hope they keep him off the other states. Oh, here we are with Obama. Right, blame Obama. Somebody, they say it's conspiracy theory, illness strikes again. This is pathetic. Enjoy the Trumpster snake oil. That's people that are against Obama.
In Kentucky, Fort Campbell, they're confirming that there was a shooter there on the base, but no injuries in the initial report. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Lady Gaga is showing support for the families in Italy because of the earthquake over there.
Yeah, I think she's very sincere, too.
Gaga?
Yeah.
She's very talented.
Yeah, but I feel bad for her because her and her boyfriend broke up.
Why do you feel bad for her because of that?
Well, she really loved him. I seen her doing a thing where she said they didn't get to see each other enough, and I think it bothered him and her because I think he shot in New York, back east, the show he's on.
Who is he? I don't know who he is.
Oh, he's fine. I think it's Chicago or something where they're firemen.
Chicago Fire?
I think that's what it is. They
I
were
have a buddy.
getting married.
I have a buddy in that TV series.
I think it was that. Type it and see.
Sal Lepore out of Chicago. He's got a role in the new season coming up.
There's not a lot of news today, huh?
Well, it is a lot of crazy
Well,
stuff.
that earthquake, aren't there more people they found?
Yeah, it was 100 and something yesterday.
I seen one where they
120
were
or so.
pulling, I think she was a little 8-year-old girl. They saved her.
Hmm.
That town, though, I think the construction of it, because it's one of the famous places in Italy, though. It's known for their spaghetti sauce, and people go there. So I'm sure there were some foreigners in there. But if you look at the buildings, they look like they were all made of stone.
Mm-hmm. Here's something kind of crazy. In Toronto, Canada, 2 people without vital signs, excuse me, after 3 were shot by a crossbow in Toronto. The suspect is in custody. That's crazy. That sounds like some stuff that would be happening here in America. You don't hear that too often in Canada. Columnist Warren Hinkle dies at the age of 77. He was an editor at the San Francisco Chronicle. It's a newspaper up in the Bay Area. 77. Apple issues a security update following the discovery of the iPhone spyware circulating in the Mid-East. I just had a conversation with my youngest son, Corey, this morning. And he says, yeah, because he's got this Apple thing going on, right? Apple phone, iPad, laptop. He says, well, they don't get viruses. I said, yeah, they all do, Corey. They've been picking on Microsoft-based machines forever because Microsoft had the biggest share of the market. So now Apple's showing its ugly head as being, big boy now. So the hackers are now going after the Apple platform. It's invariable. I mean, it's going to happen. So all of you Apple heads out there to think that Well, I have an Apple computer. We don't get viruses. Bovine. And you get file corruption and everything else, just like everybody else, when you have to reinstall your operating system. So get off it.
Now, have you seen the new Tyler Perry show?
No.
Oh, it's great.
Really?
But he's having problems with other minorities complaining that he's got almost an all-white cast. But he came back at him. He said, well, Norman Lear, he said all the shows he did, What's Happening, Jefferson's, he said nobody seemed to have a problem with that, him being a white director and doing all black shows. He said people are people. It's a great show. If anybody, my friend told me to watch it, so I watched it last night. And it's really, really good. At first I thought it was going to be like Scandal till I got more into it.
I heard he doesn't pay well.
I don't know what he does, but if it's SAG, he's paying well. He has no choice. It's on TLC.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard it from a number of people who starred in his movies as well as his plays.
Yeah, but doesn't he do a lot of charities and that?
Oh, that doesn't mean anything. That's fine, and you should do that. But pay your cast that helps you make tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. Fair pay.
Well, sometimes when a show's picked up by a network, it's not his decision.
No, but when you're paid to perform, and you only want to pay somebody $50,000.
It's like everything else. You have to work your way up to that pay.
These are seasoned actors and actresses that should be making more
It doesn't matter. Sometimes they haven't worked in years. It's just like a singer.
So you take the advantage of them? But
no, they're not taking advantage.
Why do you have them in it?
You know who's in that? Heather Lockhart. I did not know that was her. I was trying to figure out who is this old actress, and she looks nothing like herself. She looks like she's been drinking or something.
She's getting up there in age. But see, here's
no,
my
but
problem.
I didn't recognize her. But I don't always go by what people say, because I know a lot of times when I've pulled up some things on him. A lot of times when people say stuff, you get paid a certain pay, even with SAG, and the more you do something, you get better and better money.
Yeah, that's true.
It takes years. Especially it's harder for women because they very seldom make women the star.
Well, some of the people I'm referring to are women. Most of them are women that work for him, and some are men. But my thing is, and I'm equating this to my experience in the broadcast business. I hire people because of their value, and I pay them the best that I can based on my budget, and and what their potential is. So, regardless of how much they're making now, or what they once made, or what they haven't made, if I see the value in them and they can bring something special to the table to help make my radio station more successful, then we're going to make more money because the ratings go up. And that's the same thing in the movie business or the record business. If someone is performing, doing an outstanding job, and you make $100 million off it, but you only paid them $50,000 and didn't give them any back end of the deal, is that fair?
Yeah, but these artists aren't dumb nowadays. Record companies only get a percentage. When they're on the road and they're doing shows, they get a percentage.
Yeah, I'm talking on the film business. When I was talking about Tyler Perry, I hear that he doesn't pay well, and people are desperate. They need to work, so they have to accept what's being offered.
Well, he needs to change. Then he can't sit and pocket all the money.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Because it's everyday people that watch his shows.
Yeah. But hey, it happens in the business. We are all capitalists, and we capitalize off of other people. But I don't like that. I think we should be fair. And if everybody got paid their worth and their true value, then
I
we'll
see
be
what
a
you're
happier
saying.
world.
I see an article.
Yeah.
How even SAGs told people not to work for him.
And that's too bad because he's a credible producer. He's done some good stuff. But I don't know. to each his own. God bless anybody in their success, and wish him well.
Now, is he married?
I don't know.
I like his movies. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't.
Mm-hmm.
This show, though, it's definitely a great show.
I've missed most of his movies, not because of him, but the style of stuff he's done.
Isn't that funny? And I love his movies. My friends kept telling me to watch it. So I watched the first episode last night. And it's good.
What's it called?
Too Close to Home.
Too Close to Home. Another Tyler Perry production. And it's airing now?
Yeah, it's on TLC. Somebody told me it was on OWN, too.
Go buy this book, Air Check, Life in the Music Business, in music radio, rather. The author is my friend and a great broadcaster. See his name there at the bottom of this wonderful book, J.J. Johnson. You know him. We love him. Great guy. Thank you, J.J., for the book and the mentionings in the book. I'm honored and humble to be mentioned in your fine book. I've been threatening myself to write a book, but I don't know if anybody would give a damn about my little travels. And I tell people all the time, you know, I tell them all the stories and things that I've done, and I said, man, you should do a book. Well, really? Who would buy it? I mean, go on. You're kidding me, right? But people say, no, you know, you got to.
I don't know. I always
story.
like stories from people because there's a lot of hidden things in the closet they tell in that book.
Yeah.
So you might have a great book.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the patience to sit down and start writing and even dictating it and have somebody else to transcribe it. I've thought about it, but I'd rather keep doing what I'm doing and let somebody else write the damn book. Y'all know. It's clear. I'm like the guy that invented that pen, the EpiPen.
I don't think he had a yacht before, though.
That's different. I'm talking about the passion for what I do. I was stupid for buying a yacht. That wasn't smart.
You know
That was
what?
like a hole in the ground.
But can I say something, Lee?
What?
You enjoyed the money you made and
Oh,
did what
yeah.
you wanted.
Yeah.
And when I used to date this older guy, that's what he would say all the time. He goes, I'm not worried about leaving anybody a bunch of money. I worked for this money.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you, he enjoyed the hell out of his money.
That's good. Is he still alive?
No, he was really a lot older than me. But he
A
was
lot
very
older?
generous and
How much older?
a lot older. That's not your business.
Come on. What difference does it make? He's gone now. He's like
Yeah.
20 years older?
No.
30?
Let it go. He doesn't know when to let things go.
35?
Nope.
My dad was 30 years older than my mom.
He was way older than that.
Wow. What do you call the guy when he's older than the girl? You call it a cougar when the woman is older. What is that when it's the opposite direction?
A sugar daddy.
Oh, that's the only thing they call them?
But sometimes I think that's wrong because that isn't always the case. Some people just
Why
like
don't they call them sugar
older-
mamas?
They call them cougars. I
Why you guys have a cool name and the guys have to be sugar
Why?
daddies?
They've always been a sugar daddy. Sugar daddy.
Big daddy woo woo.
You know, that's why I tell a lot of men when they got this. My ex had a 20-year-old he started to date.
Yeah?
And he said he was walking down the hallway with her and his neighbor came out and
So who was
she
that,
was
your
shy.
daughter?
She did. She goes, oh, is this your daughter? He goes,
No.
no. And he said he laughed about it. He said, but that night he went to bed with her.
Yeah?
And he works. He's a lawyer. He said, so they had sex. He said about 2 a.m. she was probing.
Probing?
Yeah, you know, looking for something basically on him. He told her, you know, you got to leave. I got to work tomorrow. She was ready.
Take two.
And he said he realized he doesn't really have nothing in common with
With a 20-year-old?
Yeah, a 20-year-old, no. And he's cheap. When you're going to be with somebody that young, you're going to come up with some bucks now.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's
I
not
imagine.
that, but that's just expected when you're younger. You're not going to pay to go out on dinner. I
Yeah.
mean, you get to an age around 40 where you don't always expect the man to pay. But when you're younger, you just want to pay for anything. You take them in a clothing store and you're pointing out something you're hoping, and some women just basically tell you, I want that.
Give it to me now.
I think men have gotten wiser, though, because they know it's so easy to get without having to sit and support some younger woman. But see, younger women are smart because they'll purposely get pregnant by that older man.
So he's not that old or too old.
Well, I don't mean his
He's still
sperm's
producing.
dead because he's 60 years old.
Right. Some people think that.
No, it isn't.
Well, I know that I'm good to go. I buried my sperm a long time ago. We had a formal thing. Blue taps.
Well, it isn't even just that. It's like, especially if the man's married, it's smart to be careful.
Yeah.
Because that happened to somebody I know. And a lot of times women that make money, you'll put that man on your payroll.
Mm-hmm.
And you give him so much. Well, here you bring that woman to that woman's house when she's out of town. And she comes back. And all of a sudden one day they call up her management that manages her money. And they go, well, there's somebody they want to guarantee his check. Why do they want to guarantee his check? Well, because he has a kid.
Wow.
So this woman in her mind thought that was his house. That he was someone he wasn't. And this happens a lot. So that's how a lot of men get caught. Even women. I've had friends that the credit card comes in and here there's a motel bill on there with a jacuzzi in the room, and or that. It's a trip. I mean, women do the same thing as men.
Yeah.
They cheat too.
That's true.
So
I'm glad to hear you say that because a lot of ladies
I cheated.
would never admit it. You cheated?
I cheated because he thought it was okay.
Oh, okay.
I told you about
You had
the
an open
woman
relationship.
that kept calling the house, and he'd tell me, you got to be nice to people now. That these could be potential clients. They weren't potential clients.
Well, they were a different kind of client.
Yeah, I told you what this woman did, how she talked to me and telling me I was some maid and that. And even if I was a maid, you're not going to talk to me like that. And
Yeah, that was rude.
you know, you just don't do those things. You know, a woman stands a less chance of getting caught. Now, I seen Larry King recently pull him up. Remember he married this younger woman years ago? Pull it up. Read the article. She'd been cheating on him.
Oh, boy. Larry, I'm sorry, man.
And she got
Welcome
caught.
to the Larry King Show.
You know, I've told people before what all the signs are. If all of a sudden your husband always drove just a regular car and all of a sudden he wants a Jag or something.
A
with
little sports car, huh?
convertible, and all of a sudden he wants to grow his hair out and he's going to the gym every night. And
You got a
watching
ponytail now, huh?
There's the signs. Wake up, ladies. Same thing with women.
Yeah.
Unless you got a couple that they're always in shape and that, because I know a lot of couples that are very happy together. They're very in love. My sister's been married to the same man, I think, 38 years.
That's great.
And they still have that love for each other's.
That's wonderful. I love seeing that as well, you know.
Actually, quite a few of my sisters. What happened to me?
I don't know. Maybe you're just a little too tough on the guys.
No, I get the guys that think it's okay to cheat.
I don't know. That's a tough one. We need to get an expert in here and talk about that because I don't have the answers. That's one of those mysteries like what happened to my sock? I gave you 2 socks. You put them in the washer. I get 1 sock back.
Yeah, I just wear 2 different socks. I wear them anyway.
You wear mismatches.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not going to waste the sock. I got white ones on, but one of them's mismatched in there. I'm not going to throw my socks out because I've had people comment,
I
"Oh,
got-
did you know you have two different socks?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm not going to throw my socks out. I paid money for them."
I must have 15 no matches, and I keep them in a little bag, hoping that one day they'll show up.
No, just wear them. Who's going to look at your feet? Now, my daughter with men's socks, she created a sweater for a outfit for dogs
Really?
and cats.
Out of sock.
Yes, she cuts a hole. No, the holes are there. She cuts the foot thing out,
Okay.
slips it in, and then she cuts
Cut
two
the
on
holes
the
in for
side
the legs?
and for the front part of them. And she creates these really cool sweaters from
Wow,
it.
how cool is that?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So there's always a use for a sock that there's something missing.
Yeah, that's true.
You could put them on your hand and dust with them.
Good idea.
Yeah, see, I'm one of those people that I try to make use of everything. I'm cheap.
No, it's not cheap. It's called being frugal.
Yeah, I watch everything I do.
That's smart.
Like if somebody
You'll
leaves
end up with
bottled
something.
water in my car and they didn't drink the whole bottle, I bring it in the house and my cats finish it. I'm not
Yeah.
going to throw it out.
Yeah, I'll do that too around here when people drink a half a bottle of water. I feed the plants with it or give it to the wild cats out.
Yeah, there's use for everything. Look how
That's
I
true.
bring you that cat food, but every other day maybe. Because
I
have
love it. It's
cats
very
that
tasty.
Sometimes they won't eat. He eats the cat food. They won't finish the dry food if it's been out for 2 days. They're
Really?
little prima donnas. And
Yeah,
there's
they are.
nothing wrong with that dry food.
No, it isn't.
So I always have food for animals. Or say I open up a can of cat food and they're like, I don't feel like fish today.
Wow.
Why didn't you open me up some beef? And they go on a food strike. But then I have one that the vet tells me just ignore them. They'll eat it. But I have one.
They get
he'll
hungry
follow
enough.
me from room to room, not him.
No?
He'll get right up in my face and he'll stare at me and then the sound comes.
What does it sound
He's
like?
like, meow. And I go, get
What do
out
you
of my
want?
face. Meow. And then I get up and he thinks I'm going to follow him and he leads me to the cupboard to where the food is.
Wow.
And and I give in to him because he's a little on the skinny side. And he eats the most. And
This is which one?
little man,
Little man.
yeah, he's got a real personality. Like he always likes somebody that stays over. He wants to hang with them.
Yeah?
Yeah, but my cats will never jump on you for you to hold them. Never.
Never?
Nope.
Did you train them not to? Or that's
In a
just-
roundabout way, yes. I don't like people picking up my cats
Oh, okay.
unless I tell you can. Because I don't like going to somebody's house and their cat's I'm sitting on the couch and he's climbing behind me on my shoulder and rubbing me on my, I don't like that.
Doesn't bother me.
And then they're all.
Unless I don't want to be bothered,
Well, there's days I wouldn't want to be bothered. I have a friend when I go over, she has 4 French bulldogs, and the minute they hear the door, I'm like, all you hear is all of them hitting the door.
Are they
They're going to
barking?
break it. Barking and ready. And I go, okay. I go to her, can you pull the dogs back? I get in and all 4 of them. And they're the type that when they jump up, they're so excited. One of them gets a hold of your finger and it goes in his mouth every time she goes down. They're all girls. But they're very funny dogs because I went over when she's had to work or something. I go over and let them outside and that. And they're just funny dogs. They love attention.
Yeah.
Her first one used to get up behind me and I didn't mind. And he loved to pull my hair.
Wow.
He would just pull at my hair.
That's funny. Usually dogs, well, I have seen dogs play in hair.
Well, French bulldogs are very friendly. They
Are they
love
smart?
people. Very
Some dogs
smart.
are not as smart as others. They say the French poodle is the smartest breed.
They are very smart. Mm-hmm. The ones at the beach are because I walked to the beach. When I went to the beach there, I had a bag of dental bone things, and I had bought them for my daughter's dog, but she's too small and she thinks it's something that you play with, so she hides them. So my daughter gave them back to me. She said, here. And so there's a lady at the beach. I said, hey, I got these. And she said, bring them. I know I then got out of the car, and there were dogs that zeroed in on them.
They can smell it.
They
Huh?
seen it.
Yeah.
This one walked right up, so I put one in his mouth and then another. But I wanted to save him for her because I had told her dogs I was bringing them some.
That's nice. You're a nice person, especially
They would
with
be
animals.
great for Josefa's dogs because if you give them one every day, it takes care of their teeth.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be glad when they do something like that for cats. Create something for their teeth.
They don't? I thought
Well,
they
they
did.
have treats, but
Yeah.
it's dental care, but you still have to pay to get their teeth done as they get older.
What does that cost?
Anywhere from $200 to $800. So mine will be wearing dentures. I brush their teeth as much as I can, and I put this spray that gets it. But my older
$800
one,
for cleaning?
yeah, some are even higher.
Gee,
But
bitty,
there's
wee bitty.
places, and you really don't want to
Doesn't
let
that
them
cost
to do
that
it
much
and
for
not
yours?
do some type of anesthesia on them.
Yeah, they put them to sleep. That's how they jack you up.
I don't know if I'd like to
Price-wise.
put to sleep all the way. At least relax them because it's got to be painful.
Yeah, that's probably why they put them out. Not only that, to keep the doctor from getting bitten.
I mean, they even get mad when I clip their nails.
Hmm.
And lately, my fat one, when I go to get the hairball stuff, I don't know what his problem is with it. It's got a good taste from what little man says. He sees me go in this one container and he's gone.
Yeah.
And I'm chasing
doesn't
him
like
through
it,
the
huh?
house. Actually, once I rub it on his foot. I don't have to do that with little man. I can put it on my finger or just sit it and he'll lap it up.
Now, what is the liquid that you put on? And that
No, it's like
helps?
a gel. With little man, I give him these vitamins that are high calorie and keep weight on him. He's like a person that's got a strong metabolism.
Ah. Boy. That's a lot.
Yeah.
You love your cats, huh?
I love animals, period.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like animals more than I do adults.
Humans.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick break here and come back and wrap up the show. You're listening to The Lee Michaels Show on thepowerofvoices.com. And we're live Monday through Friday. What the hell? Where'd that come from? I do that every other day. I forget to take out the show that preceded this one and their theme song. Okay, that's better. Sounds so much better. I don't know what that theme is. All right, we're going to be right back on The Lee Michaels Show. We're live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Pacific time. And don't forget to share the show with all your friends. We'll be right back. Hang on.
There is power in voice. Have some fun with us at thepowerofvoices.com.
Attention Las Vegas residents. Olympic Cleaning Services is the company for all your green cleaning needs. Call us now, 866-984-7444. Olympic Cleaning Services specializes in residential, commercial, construction, move-in, move-out, carpet cleaning, auto detailing, and we also provide emergency services when you need it. Call us now, 866-984-7444. For all first-time customers, you'll receive 15% off. Call us now, 866-984-7444, or go to OlympicCleaningservices.com. Go green today.
Hi, everybody. I'm Simone.
And this is Tiara, and we're the host of A Fat Girl's World here on thepowerofvoices.com.
Make sure you tune in on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 4 p.m.
Yes, and we literally talk about everything. Typically, women things,
Women things, but we get personal.
We get so
get
personal.
Super real.
So if you guys like real, here's a place to be.
At A Fat Girl's World at thepowerofvoices.com.
WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. Take one.
Behold the angry giant.
Try it again, Alberto.
Behold the angry giant.
Perfect. Good luck tonight.
Behold the Angry Giant.
Yay! Read me another one, Dad.
This is WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
I'm a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs.
Wi-Fi everywhere.
More playgrounds.
Oh, more ice cream trucks.
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Welcome to the new world of talk radio, thepowerofvoices.com.
Welcome back. Lee Michaels Show on thepowerofvoices.com. Live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Pacific time, where we talk about just about anything. Sometimes, whatever. We cover politics, we cover social media, we cover sports, we cover what you're doing, what you're not doing. Sometimes Carol and I just sit here and talk about our life experiences. And we hope you enjoy the show. If you do, share it. Share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Pop-a-dop-a-dum-boom. YouTube. We're live on YouTube, Facebook Live. And if you missed the show and you want to hear it later, we have it on demand. Just go to the Lee Michaels Show page on the powerofvoices.com website. And on that page, you'll see a section there for SoundCloud. So we archive the shows on SoundCloud so you can go back and listen to it on demand whenever you want to. So it's podcast up there, okay? Also, you can download our app. It's free for Apple and the Android phone. You know where to go. Go to your store on your phone and download it, install it, and boom. You can watch the video or you can listen to the audio, and there's other fun sections there in the app as well. So thank you for listening and telling your friends about what we're doing here at the Power of Voices. The network allows you to have your own radio show. And you can contact the network by going to Book Show, or contact us on the menu section there on the homepage. And someone will get back with you and set up a show to your desire. And you can monetize it, make money from it as well. We'll show you how to do that. It is called The Power, that's T-H-E, not D-A, thepowerofvoices.com. The Power of Voices.com. Check it out. If you know someone or if you'd like to have your own show, no matter where you are, it could be anywhere in the country. Don't have to be here at our home base in Los Angeles. Because of the technology available today, we can do it over the internet and boom, you're in the house like a child on punishment. Just like that. Bam, boom, easy. Donald Trump is on the campaign trail up in New Hampshire today and doing his thing. Let's see what else is happening in breaking news before we get out of here today. We only got about 4 minutes left. And not a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on, but a lot of it is just negative news. I'm looking for something positive. Looking for some upbeat news. Something that's inspirational to help us get through today. I mean, there's, Delaware police investigating the death of a woman fell from a zip line. A zip line ride in Bear. I guess that's somewhere there in Delaware. You know, and there's so much of that kind of news. It's kind of depressing. I want to have a show with nothing but positive news. It's hard to find. Hard to find. I'm sick of car chases. There's a jumper here in California. And it's just depressing. Give you a headache, you know? Anyway, the things seem to be getting a little better in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Most of the water's gone now, and people are trying to get back to their normal lives. And with the support of many, many Americans that have given money and time and food and supplies for the recovery of the people there in Baton Rouge and in that general area where the flooding was pretty bad, real bad. So I'm happy to see that that recovery is moving forward, and Homeland Security and FEMA are all involved. But more importantly, people like you and I. And I mentioned it yesterday or day before. One of my heroes, I don't know this lady, but I follow her on Facebook. Her name is Rubia Garcia. She and her family members and friends put up a GoFundMe page. And last I checked, it was over $20,000. They raised this money. They bought supplies for the people up there in Baton Rouge. She lives in New Orleans. And she's a school teacher. She's not a politician. I don't think she has any desire to be a politician. But from what I hear, she's an excellent school teacher. She cares about the kids. And she's got a good heart. So it's people like that are my heroes. They do things out of the kindness of their heart to help people. She's an educator. She also does dancing. So she shows videos of herself dancing, doing the salsa and having fun. And she's a young lady, so she has a right to do that. But she's got a pure heart. Generally cares about people. So I salute you, Rubia Garcia. My hat's off to you, and I hope you continue to do what you do in helping the children that you teach and helping people in your area in their time of need. Keep up the good work. And I think if you guys have never heard of her, check her out, friend her. She gets some incredibly high levels of likes and shares. And she'll just come on and sit in front of her phone and talk about really interesting, positive things. And I'm inspired by Rubia Garcia. She's a really seem to have a great spirit. So check her out if you haven't on Facebook. And friend her because she comes on every now and then with some really good commentary. With that, I'm going to end the show today, and I thank you for being a part of it. Join us Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Pacific time. That's noon in the Midwest. 1 o'clock on the East Coast. And we come in here and try to chop it up and have a little fun. And you can also call in at 424-227-9461 and be a part of the show. We're going to archive the show today. It should be up on the SoundCloud in less than an hour. So if you missed the show, if you're just tuning in, you're a late listener, viewer, have no fear. You can check it out at your convenience on demand right here on thepowerofvoices.com. All right, we're going to get out of here. You have a wonderful day. Love to you and your family. Be safe, be kind, and share some love and be positive. Have a great day.